Hi, this is Sander Ressler. And as you can see, it's a lovely sunny day here on Compliance Street. And here's where I leverage more than 30 years of experience in compliance and supervision to address the scariest and toughest compliance questions submitted anonymously by Wealth Solutions Report readers. Since the launch of Nightmare on Compliance Street, I've had a surge of emails. Thank you so much for submitting your questions to me. I will do my best to choose the inquiries that are especially thorny yet applicable to a wide industry audience. With that being said, let's get started. This week we have one question to discuss, but it's a really important question, and this scenario is handled poorly by a lot of different people. So here's the question. Sander, I have had a male client for over 10 years. He has a joint account with his wife with a lot of assets in it. I've never spoken to the wife until today, and today the wife called me and told me to liquidate everything in the account and wire the funds to her bank account as soon as they are available. I've tried to reach her husband by email and voicemail, but he hasn't responded. This isn't unusual because I know that he's a businessman and he travels internationally for work. He's usually unreachable for days at a time. Now, I know I have to obey a client's instructions, and I know the wife's a client, and I know she's given me instructions, but I really feel uncomfortable taking her instructions without talking to her husband first. So, what should I do? Well, I'm glad that you recognize that this situation could escalate into a problem. And here on Compliance Street, we want to avoid all problems. Though it seems reasonable that we have to obey all client instructions, you're not exactly correct in your assumption. There are rules and regulations in the industry that do give us some options. For example, many new account forms have provisions for the need for all parties on an account to give instructions when there are certain circumstances present. Your resource in the legal department can certainly advise you if this applies to your firm. Secondly, if a client is above age 65, there are provisions within elder care rules that allow firms to act independently of their client's instructions while an investigation of the circumstances is conducted. You can get more information on this if you Google FINRA Rule 2165. And if you have any questions about interpreting that rule, a representative in your compliance department can surely help you. Lastly, the transfer of funds from one financial institution to another does fall under anti-money laundering rules. Your firm should have anti-money laundering policies and procedures available to you to read. I would also contact your representative in your AML department to see if they can also assist you. Never, ever keep issues like this to yourself. You should immediately contact your branch manager or supervisor upon receiving any type of suspicion that there's a client related problem that could happen, especially when you have a significant problem like this one. Work together with your supervisor, your compliance department, your legal department, and your anti-money laundering department to protect yourself and your firm. As I mentioned in my first episode of Nightmare on Compliance Street, collaboration and consultation with firms, resources, and professionals will almost always deliver the best chance for success. Look, I understand the importance of customer service, but this situation has serious potential to end up in a customer complaint unless you are very, very careful. Take detailed, contemporaneous notes no matter who you speak with. And most importantly, be impartial. You may feel a sense of loyalty for the husband, but you need to push that aside. Self preservation is key because no one wants a customer complaint on their U4. And believe me, if you don't handle this with kid gloves and do exactly what your compliance and supervisory professionals in your firm tell you to do, a customer complaint is a real possibility. Well, on that happy note, until next month's Nightmare on Compliance Street, this is Sander Ressler reminding our readers that there are no bad questions, just bad behaviors. Keep those questions coming, and thank you again for joining me here.